Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mistanza. Today is Thursday, November 21st. You're watching Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. A post-mortem examination is now being done on the body of a 36-year-old British tourist who was on holiday here with his family, according to reports, after he was discovered lifeless in a drain in Patong early Wednesday morning. Patong police were called to the scene near the intersection in front of Patong Hospital at about 9:15 a.m. on Wednesday. Police found no visible injuries when they first inspected the body, though authorities did say that the man had died about 5 to 6 hours prior to the discovery of his body. At this stage, police believe the man drowned in the drain. His body was taken to Vashida Phuket Hospital for an autopsy to determine the circumstances surrounding his death. Police say that the man was on holiday with his family here in Phuket, one of whom, the person who identified his body, told police that the man was last seen leaving their room at their hotel at the south end of Patong Beach at about 10 p.m. on Tuesday. CCTV footage also showed that the man had climbed down an iron barrier without signs of foul play. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Police are now looking to identify a tourist whom a 35-year-old ladyboy had stated has physically assaulted them on Bangla Road in Patong early Wednesday morning. Reports say that at about 2:30 a.m. on Wednesday, near the Ben's Massage on Soy Bangla, two men approached the ladyboy and asked if she was a ladyboy, to which she responded in the affirmative. After she confirmed yes, one of the men reportedly became displeased and began filming their interaction, and an argument ensued. The situation escalated. It led to a physical altercation between one of the men and the victim, during which plastic chairs were allegedly used as weapons. She sustained a head injury during the fight and sought refuge inside a massage shop. Then, the two men allegedly continued their aggression by throwing a bottle at the shop's front door, causing property damage before leaving the scene. The victim then reported the incident to Patong police before she was escorted to Patong Hospital for medical treatment. An investigation is now underway. The incident follows a slew of posts on local social media channels calling for ladyboys in Patong to identify with potential clients that they are trans in order to avoid any confusion or any aggression resulting from potential clients feeling deceived. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Just before you break a bone.
The woman suspected of killing 14 people with cyanide since 2015, all to avoid debts owed or to steal their valuables. She's been sentenced to death by the criminal court after she was found guilty of murdering a friend last year. The case made headlines for weeks and months last year following the initial case that brought media attention for similar cases in the past involving Cyanide. It all began on April 14 last year when Cyanide, whose real name is Sararat Rangsiwutapon, was with her friend when they traveled together to release fish in a river in Ratchaburi province to make merit. Her friend, 32-year-old Siripon Kanwong, fell unconscious and died near the river. Reports stated that at the time of the incident, Cyanide failed to help her friend and instead walked back to her car, left the scene with her friend's bag, mobile phone, and other valuables worth over 154,000 Thai baht. Authorities later found fatal levels of potassium cyanide in the victim's stomach and liver and believed that she was poisoned by Cyanide, which then led to an investigation about her past. The investigation uncovered a trail of other victims who were with Cyanide when they too had passed away in similar fashion. The court also found Cyanide's bank accounts had recorded transactions worth about 95 million baht from 2020 to May of last year. She had massive gambling debts during that period, and Siripon, who died that day in Ratchaburi near a river, was the 15th victim according to police, who also say that they traced 14 other similar poisonings back to her from 2015 to 2023. She was arrested just 11 days later on April 25th and has been detained ever since. This week, the criminal court sentenced her to death for last year's fatal poisoning of Siripon, as the court found her guilty of premeditated murder for the purpose of theft. In addition, her ex-husband, a former chief of police at a local station in Ratchaburi province, along with her lawyer, were both sentenced to 2 years in prison for helping her conceal the victim's bag. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. It was a nightmare travel scenario for over 100 passengers of a New Delhi-bound Air India flight who were stranded in Phuket for more than 80 hours due to recurring technical issues with the aircraft. The flight was originally scheduled to depart on the night of November 16th, but Air India delayed the departure for 6 hours, citing technical issues. Then, when the passengers had all waited for that long, were finally aboard the aircraft, they had to deboard again just 1 hour later. Air India has expressed regret over the incident, stating that ground staff provided assistance, including hotel accommodations, meals, alternative flights, and options for refunds or complimentary rescheduling. Still, that did not stop frustrated passengers from taking to social media to call out the airline and speak out about their experience. Social media posts describe sparse and unsatisfactory updates from airline representatives. Several passengers shared their frustrations on X, formerly Twitter, tagging Air India and demanding answers, with many claiming that they received little to no meaningful response. The saga worsened when passengers were informed that the same aircraft had been repaired and was ready to operate. After a 2-day delay, the flight finally took off, only to return to Phuket 2.5 hours later due to another technical fault, leaving passengers stranded once again. One passenger described the experience as mentally and physically exhausting, while another accused the airline of failing to communicate a clear plan. Reports from passengers suggested confusion and delays in being provided hotel accommodations and meals, despite Air India's claims of on-ground support. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. We really appreciate you joining us here today on Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.